have peace with everything around us, ourselves, the people we love, the community, the world, right? And having that spiritual peace with God. Amen. Amen. And in that, some of the verses that we read from are Psalms 34:14, and then we also have Psalms 125, chapter verse 5. As for such as turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them away with the co-workers, or with the workers of iniquity. Amen. Peace be upon Israel. So we gotta have that peace and keep that peace to keep us from going back to the ways we used to live, going back to the ways that are crooked. If we go to those ways, there's no other way to go. God said, I will lead you to the wicked. It will be an easy path. It says wide wide is the path to wickedness, right? And narrow is the path to God. Amen. To righteousness, right? Amen. So we have what in talking about all the things that we talked about, can someone tell me what is one of the peace what is one type of peace that we were just talking about? The wholesome peace. Why do you like that? Amen. Amen. Wholesome peace. What were we going to say here? Yeah, wholesome peace, because it's everything wrapped in one. Yeah. Well, yeah. What are some of those things that wholesome peace includes? Oneness. Oneness. In what types of ways? What do you mean? Amen. Yeah, everything together. Yeah. So that we got wholeness, wholesome peace, right? Can anyone give me another type of peace? Peace with God. Why is that important? Amen. Amen. Why you gotta have peace with God? Amen. He's the creator of peace, right? The author and finisher. Any other type of peace? Peace with your enemies. Why is that important? He said he will make your enemies your footstool. He also said, I will prepare a place, a table for you in the midst of your enemies. Amen. Amen. So peace with your enemies. Any other type of peace? Emotional peace. Why is emotional peace important? You can't practice peace with anybody. You first must have peace with yourself. That's important. If I have chaos in my life, I'm going to cause chaos in your lives. If I'm stressed, you're going to be stressed. If I'm peaceful, you're going to be peaceful. Amen. Amen. It does. It does. Yeah. You ever have that boss at work and they're stressed, you're stressed, right? If your boss is calm, you're calm, right? Hey, everything's going to be okay. Why is that? Because we got God in our lives. Amen. Amen. So that wholesome peace. So, and can anyone tell me, recite back, what was our memory verse of the day? And 119 chapter in Psalms, verse 165. And the memory verse to take back from today is, great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Amen. And again, one of the words of peace is shalom, right? Which comes from shalom. And again, it means peace. Peace in yourself. Peace with God. Jesus is going to give us that peace in your neighborhood, community, friends, country, world. So you have to feel whole in your heart. And again, Jesus gives us that wholeness, to have that wholesome peace that we seek. And there's one more. John chapter 14, verse 6. I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. Shalom.